the following video, we will talk about Rooms Division Operations Management, and we'll be focusing on accommodation and front office services for different organisations. In the first part, we will discuss what Room Division is. In the second part, we will talk about accommodation services. And in the third part, front office services. So let's define Room Division. The following video shows what the Room Division Manager's day-to-day tasks are.
My name is Cyril Bulvestre. I'm 29 years old and I'm the Rooms Division Manager at Mercure La Défense Park, which is a 160-room hotel located in the Paris suburbs. I manage a 28-person team working at reception and in housekeeping. I am also part of the management team. We all refer to the Hotel General Manager. In this position, I function as a team leader and general hotel organizer. The day begins at reception, where I talk to the teams, gather information, and check the breakfast service to make sure everything is in place. There is an obligatory inspection of the floors to check that the quality of the rooms is optimum. I also supervise the reservations, which requires regular meetings with the different department managers. I communicate with the sales department to prepare meeting rooms before the guests arrive. I am often in contact with the technical department or the kitchen team for security checks, details relating to customer comfort to prepare special events. I participate actively in employee recruitment for the reception and housekeeping. I am also very hands-on during the integration and training period of employees during their first weeks. This enables me to make an objective evaluation at the end of the trial period, so as to optimize the employees' progress. We also have a lot of responsibility concerning the optimization of the hotel's income. There is a lot of negotiation and discussion to help increase sales. I am in contact with the general manager, discussing the potential of a client or company, so as to make the best recommendations for each client. Using documents provided by our headquarters and specific websites, I analyze the competition and the market on a regular basis. I don't think you can become a Rooms Division Manager by accident. You must really love it, as it's a very intense job. You need lots of energy and the capacity to anticipate. After studying at hotel school and obtaining qualifications in catering, I work as a receptionist and night auditor. I've been a Rooms Division Manager for the past 2 years now, and I've been able to do some internal training, which will enable me to apply for Hotel General Manager position.
This graph illustrates all the departments the Room Division Manager looks over. Consists of 2 sub-departments, front office and housekeeping. In the Rooms Division, most departments or sections are involved in the sales of rooms, as well as the provision of services and facilities for guests. The Room Division is composed of 2 major departments, the front office department and housekeeping department. Within the front office and housekeeping department, smaller departments will be formed to focus on specific duties. Only the largest hotel will have all of these different departments. The main duty of a Rooms Division Manager is to oversee the smooth running of these 2 departments. Listed below are some of the key duties of the Room Division Manager. The Rooms Division Manager is responsible for the supervision of employees engaged in the operation of the front of house areas of the hotel. They coordinate with other departments in the hotel and maintain open communication with them to find better ways to service the guests. They maintain responsibility for staffing, purchasing, and budgeting. They also supervise the rooms division payroll, availability controls, and monthly plans. The rooms division manager develops guidelines and standard operating procedures to carry out the plans. They create plans to maximise the average daily rate and percentage. They handle customer complaints and suggestions as and when the need arises, and stay up to date with events taking place in market segments, and in the competition. Let us now go on to part 2 of this video, accommodation services. Accommodation services include housekeeping, maintenance, decoration and furnishings, linen services and laundry, cleaning services, and security. Let's start with housekeeping. Let's watch a video of a hotel room attendant's day-to-day tasks when cleaning guest bedrooms.
At the start of each day, you'll receive a list of rooms to be cleaned. This room assignment sheet is used to prioritize rooms, which means deciding the order in which you clean. Your supervisor will appoint rooms that need to be cleaned first. In general, plan to clean checkouts first so new guests may check in. Stayover rooms are usually cleaned last, unless the guest has made other arrangements, such as an early makeup request. Review your room assignment sheet to determine which rooms are to be cleaned first and develop a plan of attack. A full day's work will generally mean cleaning 16 to 20 rooms, depending on customer expectations, linen policy, and guest room furnishings. The cart holds everything you need to clean. The shelves hold linen. On top is space for amenities and guest room, bathroom, and cleaning supplies. Entering the guest room properly helps you avoid disturbing guests and respects their privacy. The basic procedure is to knock 3 times and announce housekeeping after each knock. Be sure to use your hand to knock, not a key or other sharp object that may damage the door. If there is no answer, knock again, open the door slightly, and announce housekeeping once again before entering. 3 knocks gives most guests plenty of time to answer. If the room is vacant, prop the door open and proceed to clean. Your room attendant cart should be positioned in front of the door with the cart shelves facing in. This provides security by blocking unauthorized entry to the room and positions cleaning supplies for easy access. If the guest should return, politely ask to see their room key. Tell the guest it's for their safety and security that you must ask. It's hotel policy. If the party does not have a key, politely request that they go to the front desk for assistance. Lock the door anytime you leave the area, even for just a quick trip down the hall for supplies. There may be times when the guest does not hear you knock on their door. If the guest is in the bathroom, sleeping, or changing clothes, excuse yourself and immediately exit and return later. If the guest is lounging, ask if now is an appropriate time to clean. If not, ask when would be a good time to return. Note return time and other helpful information on room assignment sheet. If the next room on your assignment sheet displays the Do Not Disturb sign, go to the next room on your sheet and return later. Make sure to note the times you attempted to clean the room. You must attempt to clean a Do Not Disturb room a minimum of 3 times throughout the day. If the sign is still present near the end of your shift, notify your supervisor. Cleaning the guest room is a 7-step process. Prepare the room for cleaning. Remove trash and linen and spray the bathroom. Make the bed. Dust and damp wipe. Clean the bathroom. Vacuum. Inspect your work. This step should be performed after each job duty. A final inspection of the entire guest room is then completed by the inspector or supervisor. The key to quality cleaning is to develop a system. The system at each property might be different, just as amenities and decor are different. This DVD demonstrates the principles of working in a circular motion and working from top to bottom. Preparing the room for cleaning involves checking the room's condition as you straighten up. Begin by removing any room service food items and place in designated area. As you move through the guest room, turn on all lights. Report or replace burned-out bulbs according to your property's procedures. At some properties, the lights stay on until the room is inspected. The inspector will turn the lights off and release the room for occupancy. Note any broken or missing items. If something is broken or missing, report it to your supervisor as soon as possible. Put away any hotel appliances such as irons. They should be drained and damp wiped. The closet should be neat and tidy. Make sure it is stocked with the correct number of property-supplied hangers, luggage stands, and other hotel items. In checkout rooms, the closets and drawers should all be opened and checked to ensure no personal guest items are left behind. You should also check under and around the bed for trash and guest items. The next step is to remove all trash, dirty linens and towels, and to spray the bathroom. For this step, it is necessary to wear protective rubber gloves. Using a waste paper basket, move through each room in a circular pattern and dispose of any trash. Dirty cups and glasses should be collected for washing and sanitizing. In smoking rooms, ashtrays should also be cleaned. After removing the trash, you will remove used linen from the bed. Exercise extreme caution when performing this task. Sharp objects like syringes can be hidden in the linens or between the mattress and the box springs. You may also find blood or other body fluids on the linens. That is why it's very important to keep your protective rubber gloves on during these tasks. You will remove the bedspread, pillow, and blanket and place them on a chair or another bed, never on the floor. Return soiled linen to the room attendant cart. This will also include towels collected from the bathroom. When removing dirty linen and trash from the bathroom, you'll wear a different pair of heavy-duty rubber gloves to prevent cross-contamination. Collect loose bathroom trash and place it into the bathroom trash can. This includes all used soaps and shampoos during a checkout. Use a dry tissue to collect hair from vanity, toilet, bathtub, and floor. Finally, you'll spray the bathroom with disinfectant. In stayover rooms, be careful to clear guest items or spray around them. You can then proceed to the next step of making the bed while allowing time for the chemicals to disinfect the bathroom. The next step is to make the bed. Inspect the bed and notify your supervisor if the mattress or bed frame shows damage. Make sure the mattress and foundation are even. Use the correct size and color linens. For example, king versus double or tan versus white. Don't mix different colored linens on the same bed. Position the bottom sheet on the bed so the bottom edge of the sheet is at the bottom edge of the mattress and the sheet hangs evenly on both sides. The sewn seams of the bottom sheet should face down. Make sure the bottom sheet is thoroughly tucked in. Position the top sheet on the bed with sewn side up this time. Position the sheet so the end of the head is even with the top of the mattress and hangs evenly on both sides. Do not miter the top sheet at this time. Position the blanket or duvet on the bed so that it's centered. The blanket or duvet at the head should be about 5 inches down from the end of the top sheet. Fold the duvet cover over the blanket or duvet and tuck in the sides. When folded this way, the sewn side of the top sheet now faces down. At some properties, the duvet cover and the duvet are one item. Miter the bottom corners of the top sheet and the blanket or duvet at the same time. center the duvet to hang evenly on both sides and to just touch the floor at the foot of the bed. Fold down the top of the duvet or blanket, leaving enough room for the pillows. Put on clean pillowcases. Hold pillows with your hands, not your chin. This keeps you and the pillows clean. Fold the loose ends of the pillowcase back into itself and place on the folded portion of the bedspread. The pillow should rest in such a way as to leave about 3 inches of the folded bedspread exposed on both sides of the pillow. Flip the duvet and leave 5 inches for the pillows toward the head of the bed. Some properties may include additional cushions and printed materials, such as the room service menu, to be placed in the proper positions as directed. Some brands have full bedspreads, while others are using runners. Check the bedspread for proper positioning on both sides and at the foot. Fold in any loose corners of the bedspread and smooth the surface of the bed. If bedspreads or blankets are torn or stained, replace them. Your supervisor will schedule times in personnel to turn mattresses in accordance with instructions printed on the mattress. Finally, inspect the bed to make sure it is smooth and wrinkle-free. While these bed-making procedures are accepted industry standards, some properties may have variations, so be sure to follow hotel policy. Your quality work continues with dusting and damp wiping, working in a systematic pattern around the room, starting at the door. Spray cleaner onto a cleaning cloth instead of directly on the object to be cleaned. This prevents waste and damage to furniture. You'll clean with your dominant hand while you lift items with the other. A top-to-bottom approach saves time because dust falls to items you haven't yet dusted. Proceed around the room in a circular motion, dusting and wiping all other furniture. The next step in the cleaning process is to clean the bathroom. Put back on your heavy-duty gloves so you're protected from germs. You already removed all trash and dirty towels and sprayed disinfectant. Now that the chemicals from the disinfectant have had time to act on the surfaces, you can complete scrubbing and wiping these areas, beginning with the tub and shower. Your work will go through a final inspection by your supervisor or inspector.
The housekeeping department is the largest department in the hotel in terms of staff employed. 1 maid is needed for every 12 to 15 rooms. Besides room maids, the department also employs supervisors, house porters, laundry and linen staff, and general cleaners. The housekeeper is responsible for the preparation of guest rooms for sales and the cleanliness of all public areas of the hotel. Close liaison between the housekeeper and reception is essential so that rooms are available for sale as quickly as possible. Special requests are often passed to housekeeping through the reception department. Let's take a look at maintenance, decoration, and furnishings. As most rooms are sold 365 nights a year, they need regular attention and inspection. Freshening up and refurbishment is required on a regular basis. This may mean that rooms are redecorated, painted, and refurbished by a regular team of people or contractors. Maintenance team will make sure all the structural problems are dealt with swiftly and efficiently, and that all equipment and machinery are working well. Let's move on to linen services and laundry. This is one of the housekeeping departments. This service is responsible for cleaning, distribution and management of the linen, which includes bedding and towels and sometimes the guest's own clothing.
The laundry attendant provides sufficient clean linen to ensure the timely completion of guest rooms. After sorting soiled linen, dividing terry from bed linen, and using pre-wash cleaner on stains, load the separate types of linen into the washer. Then start the washer, following directions on the machine. As each load cycle completes, unload the washer. It's your responsibility to keep the laundry and storage rooms clean and free of safety hazards and perform all your duties in a safe and efficient manner. You must also keep all supplies stocked and organized. Load washed linen into the dryer. The morning shift completely cleans all dryer lint traps before starting the dryers. Lint traps should be emptied every hour and again at the end of the night shift. Run the dryer for 5 to 10 minutes on the cool-down cycle. After drying, send clean terry through folding machines if available, or hand-fold terry and linen. Set aside any terry or bed linen with tears, holes, or stains. Place these items in the discard bin for supervisor inspection and approval. Record the count on the daily count sheet.
And lastly, let's take a look at security. Security department provides guest protection and loss prevention, and it includes 4 elements. Security officers make regular rounds of the hotel premises, observing suspicious behaviour and taking appropriate action. They investigate incidents and cooperate with local law enforcement agencies. Their equipment includes 2-way radios, closed-circuit television cameras, smoke detectors, fire alarms, and electronic key cards. Safety procedures are guidelines for the staff and the guests to ensure their safety. For example, security officers should be able to gain access to guest rooms, storerooms, and offices at all times. The identification procedure is to offer identification cards with photographs to all employees. The guests can make contact with name-tagged employees that not only project a friendly image for the property, but also useful for security reasons.
I think the history in the hospitality industry have been that you don't show that you're good at this kind of stuff. I think the customer today is more aware of what he wants and what he wants to feel secure but not see the security. So we want our hotels to be accessible for everybody, and our hotels should be accessible for the guy in the street as well as for our most frequent guests. And we also build our hotels with open spaces, a lot of glass, a lot of room, and in order to cope with that and manage that, we also need to monitor these kind of areas as well.
They tend to look at certifications like safe hotels or well fire protected hotel and such.
There are so many more questions today than just 5 years ago that we need to answer in order to compete.
And if you look back, the hotels were the area where they had the latest in technology. But so the guests will be more and more demanding on what they want to see at the hotel. If you have someone coming into the lobby with bad intentions, and you greet them with a hearty hello and how can I help you, you often they can't be anonymous, and that's a good thing because they want to be anonymous to do their crime, and that's when safety and service goes hand in hand. And you need to let the staff be part of the development of the safety and security in your business.
Security-wise, the hospitality industry needs to put a lot of effort in training and education for our staff. Of course, and I think it's also connected with the public awareness today. That if you don't have this label, the feeling for the brand is somewhat demolished. It's important to show that we have energy efficient lamps, LED lamps, corridors where if there's no activity in our hotel corridors, the lighting goes down to a minimum level.
I'm looking for a long-term arrangement where you exchange knowledge between each other.
We have vendors who present solutions that are working today and maybe working tomorrow, instead of just selling us a solution that worked yesterday. And one of our key values is to be creative. And a creative vendor, of course, is always a vendor that we want to have a business with.
Something happening when you open a door, like lights or sound or smell or...
Maybe a fire extinguisher doesn't always have to be red.
Part 3. Front office services. The front office department is responsible for managing the accommodation of any establishment and can be known as the main department for any hospitality organisation. If you look at the turnover of the accommodation sector against the food and beverage department, in most cases, the accommodation department will turn over in excess of 70% of the total turnover, making the front office a leading department.
Our first port of call is the area that guests see first, the front line and reception staff. These are the staff that interact with guests, check them in, make them comfortable as they enter the hotel, and ensure that that critical first impression is right.
I think the key lies in the word journey. Where there's a beginning, there's an end. So I'm there obviously in the beginning to meet the guests, where we always say in life we only have one chance to make a first impression. And I'm there to obviously meet the guests and escort them through to the front desk. And I'm there throughout their stay, obviously to be a go-between person, to be there to answer any of their questions, to provide any assistance, any advice or whatnot. I'm also there towards the end of their stay to ensure that their stay went well. But one of my most important aspects of my role as a journey ambassador is to ensure that we portray our brand standards. And it's just not for myself, it's obviously for my team members as well. There's a lot of training and development that takes place in regards to this building of the brand standards and obviously communicating that. Good afternoon, sir. How are you today?
Very good, yourself?
Pleasure to meet you.
You
My name is Sanjay, but Journey Ambassador. Please have a seat. I treat my guests with the same love, respect, that they deserve, whether they've been to the hotel the first time or whether they've been to the hotel a million times. The difference between the two is that if I come across a guest that's been with us numerous times, I can anticipate their needs. Have a lovely day, sir.
Thank you very much.
Bye-bye. With any product or service that any business sells, if you truly look after your guests, if you're really there for their needs and wants, there shouldn't be any reason why a guest wouldn't come back.
A successful check-in and check-out, the whole thing starts the night before, where we start preparing for our next day arrival or for our next day departures. The arrival, we will prepare all the traces and all the report from the guests on arrival. They request and assign the rooms accordingly. The checkout, we will be sending guest letters the night before, so they can review their bills before coming to the reception. And by the time they get to the reception, the whole thing is done. So if they had queries, they will have queried the night before and had it fixed. And that basically will make it very, very fast. If they do not want to queue, they've got an option of non-stop checkout, where they will actually drop their envelopes with the amendment on the guest bill, and then we'll actually basically do it, because they do everything on arrival. They will sign a registration card and they give a credit card imprint. And if they don't want to stop for checking out, we'll use that as the checkout letters, basically. The guest needs will vary according to their purpose of visit. If they're business travelers, they're leisure travelers. Often the business travelers will require high-speed internet. And often because they're used to a certain level overseas, they have tendency of comparing the two levels. The leisurely needs will be, how far is the shopping center? Can I walk? Till what time are they open? What can I do around the tours and all those sort of things? That often is the time. I don't know how we did it without technology before. At the Hilton, we're using the system on Chia, which is absolutely fabulous. We can keep record of the guest stays, their requests, their need, they dislike, and the previous complaint for that matter, and then make it better for the stay to come, basically. It's absolutely wonderful. You click the button, you read it the past of it, and even from from other hotels, Hilton brand-wise, we can keep record of all the guest requests from that. It's absolutely wonderful. Technology, it's the way to go. Bulkers have all something in common, which is I like to call them the storytellers guest. They will come to the reception, they will tell you all sorts of things about their luggage being lost, and to say, being stolen, and they lost their credit card, they've got no other way of paying. Can I stay for one night and I can pay you the next day? The body language, they will ask you all sorts of questions that a normal guest, a paying guest, will not ask. And having been in the hotel industry for a long time, you start spotting them right on arrival.
Sanjay, I saw you approached the guests and you seemed to know exactly what to ask them. How did you recognize that?
This goes back to what we were discussing earlier, anticipating guest needs. And this is where your previous experience, your knowledge and intuition can help you out. Another example would be another guest sitting at a table having a coffee and maybe working on a laptop. Maybe he might not want to be in a conversational mode. Busy working at the moment, just looking for a bit of space and quiet time to work on his laptop. It's all about reading guests. If you're able to read the guests, you can anticipate their needs. And when you're able to do that, you're able to meet their needs and wants at the same time. For example, a guest coming down from one of the rooms on the main floor, walking a bit fastly, certainly means that that's a guest that knows where he wants to go. If that's the case, gonna have a lovely day, sir. Drive safe.
At the Hilton, we have the warmth, the facilities, the attitude, the staff attitude. The guests will come back because of the service that we're providing to them. They definitely will be back to our property.
The front office department is the major department in the hotel, which is situated at the front part of the hotel. Its duty is to sell the rooms of the hotels after registration and hand over the keys to the guests. In other words, a front office is a showcase window of the hotel which reflects the image of the hotel. It is the backbone as well as the nerve centre of a hotel from when all the information and messages are communicated to a different department or personnel. The front office department develops and maintains up-to-date record on guest information, guest service, and ensure guest satisfaction. The front office is also responsible for welcoming the guests, greeting the guests, and handling the guest complaints. There are several sections of the front office: reception, reservations, bell desk, concierge, front office cashier, and night auditors. The main responsibility of the reception is checking guests in and out of the hotel. They also handle any queries from guests and visitors or refer them to the appropriate department. The reception desk will be operational 24 hours a day. The advanced reservations department falls under the front office, even though their office might not be located in the front office area. The reservation list usually covers the hours from 8 AM to 6 PM, with the receptionist dealing with the telephone inquiries at other times. Internet reservations and inquiries made through email or fax is dealt with by the reservations department the following day. Bell desk, also known as porter's desk, coordinates the movement of the guest baggage. This can be a real challenge as the volume of baggage during a single day is very large for a busy hotel. They also carry out errands for the guests and the management within the hotel precincts. The bell desk is also responsible for the distribution of newspapers and is in charge of storing luggages. The services of the concierge are many and varied. They range from making reservations for airlines or theatres to locating a pharmacy that can fill guest prescription. A concierge is there to serve the guests in whatever way necessary. The addition of the concierge function in hotels has taken a lot of stress off the front desk staff, to whom guests have always turned to for assistance in the past. Now, hotel guests are learning to look for the concierge for their questions and queries. The concierge can also help out during rush periods at the front desk. The front office cashier receives payments from guest accounts at checkout. They coordinate the billing of credit cards and the directly billed guest accounts with the accounting division. All guest accounts are balanced by the cashier at the close of each shift. Front office cashiers assume responsibility for any cash used in processing front desk transactions. He or she normally entails answering guest inquiries regarding fees and services. They may also perform a variety of banking services for guests, such as check cashing and foreign currency exchange. The night auditors typically handle some of the front office duties and some of the duties of the accounting department. This is necessitated by the fact that most fiscal days close at or around midnight, and the normal workday of the employees in the accounting department does not extend to cover this time of day. In larger hotels, night auditors may work alongside other nighttime employees, such as an on-site overnight manager on duty. In smaller hotels and motels, the night auditor may work alone and may even only be on call. So, let's review. The rooms division is mainly concerned with the sale of rooms as well as the provision of services and facilities for guests. The rooms division is composed of the front office department, housekeeping department, and security department. Accommodation services include housekeeping, maintenance, decoration and furnishings, linen services and laundry, cleaning services and security. Front office services include front desk, reservations, bell desk, concierge, front office cashier and night auditor.
The hotel industry is a fast-paced, high-pressure environment that takes a whole network of workers and departments to keep everything running smoothly. Serving a variety of purposes, hotels have the opportunity to provide customers with a great, memorable experience, or be a dark spot on an otherwise great trip. Here are the top 10 tips for managing a hotel. Number 10. Build and lead a great team. As a hotel manager, you are only as good as the team around you. That is why forming and fostering a great team is of utmost importance. This means you have to hire the right people with the right skills, attitude, and character that will help your team achieve your goals. Focus on developing a company culture that reflects the goals of the company. Connect with workers and be present in the life of the hotel. As a manager, a compliment and a smile go a long way to developing a positive team environment. Number 9. Always learning and improving. Hotel managers are often a jack of all trades because their position forces them to be. If you do not already have an attitude ready to learn and innovate, you need to work at developing that as quickly as possible. Developing a keen eye to spot problems and areas of weakness will greatly allow your hotel to continue improving and ensure your ability to offer a satisfactory customer experience. Number 8. Greet your guests. Be present to those staying in your hotel and take every opportunity you have to give your guests the impression that you are on their side, ready to ensure a great experience. Number 7. Be prepared for emergencies. With the possibility of hundreds or even thousands of people staying in your hotel, it is important that you have a clear plan for emergencies. This includes evacuation procedures clearly marked in each room, as well as a communication plan for any type of emergency. Because the availability of electricity is not always an option during these situations, it is important to have a communication channel that is not dependent on electricity. Number 6. Strategic business relationships. When running a business or organization, there is nothing as powerful as a mutually beneficial business relationship. Brainstorm different partnerships that you can form and benefits that you can offer to the potential partner, and then go for it. Whether it be offering guests coupons to a local restaurant, offering discounts through tourist destinations, or partnering with local universities and corporations, strategic business relationships can be a powerful way to ensure a constant stream of people are coming through your doors. Number 5, be internet savvy. There are several reasons why hotels and restaurants need to be internet savvy, and the 3 main reasons are marketing. All hoteliers want to know how to better market and brand themselves. Using social media sites like Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube is a great way to connect with potential customers. An example of a useful YouTube video is to make a 2-minute video that captures the top 5 reasons that your hotel rocks. Make a website locally optimized for search. This is an easy way to connect your hotel to those looking for a hotel in your specific area. Submitting your hotel's address and website on Google Maps and Places will pay dividends for years to come as well. Number 2, customer service. More and more hotel reservations are being booked online. For the convenience of your guests, offer online booking and make sure that your hotel is listed on sites like Expedia, Kayak, and Priceline. Number 3, reputation management. Oftentimes, a small fraction of customers who had a bad experience are more likely to write a negative review than the overwhelming majority of those who had a great experience. This can pose to be a problem for those in the hotel industry. Being aware of this and taking steps to fight this potential danger is imperative. Try offering incentives for guests to review your hotel on Yelp, TripAdvisor, and other sites where reviews are posted, and respond to certain complaints professionally. Number 4, have the right equipment. Hotels need to have the right hotel equipment to maintain their business and daily activities. Transportation for airport shuttles, the right lecterns and podiums in your conference room, and the right public address systems within the hotel are important. The Victoria Solid Hardwood Multimedia Lectern from Amplibox is the perfect addition to any meeting or conference room. The classic style, multimedia functionality, built-in sound system, and portability makes the Victoria a favorite among hoteliers and presenters alike. Number 3, boundaries. Because being a hotel manager is a 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year position, you need to make sure that you have the right boundaries in place so your job doesn't overtake the rest of your life. You owe it to your family, friends, and health to block out time for important people in your life, as well as time for yourself. Consequences of a failure to set boundaries are being burnt out and not enjoying anything you do. Number 2, the customer is always right. Always. Listen to complaints and don't just fix them, fix the root problem behind them. Turn the weakness into a strength by using the complaint as an opportunity to improve the way your hotel functions. And the number 1 tip for hotel managers: have fun. As a manager, it may seem like you have a never-ending list of things to do. Enjoy your guests, enjoy your staff, and enjoy your work. Good attitudes rub off on those around you, and as a hotel manager, you have a great opportunity to impact and influence your work environment and to foster hard work and fun in the workplace. Good luck running your hotel.